This is the Neewer Mini V-Mount 99 watt-hour battery bank. This thing is so useful around my house and studio. I'm a professional videographer. This battery is sold as a camera accessory, like a multimedia powers everything in your video setup accessory. And that's the reason I bought it initially, and I absolutely do use it for my videography. It's got the V-mount for rigs, it's got a D-tap to power things, it's got direct 8-volt and 12-volt DC barrel plugs to power other things. There are USB-C and USB-A jacks that go in both directions, meaning you can charge this thing up and this thing can charge other stuff. But even more, this is just a generally useful big battery to have around. It charges with full PD output, so that means it'll charge my iPad with as much power as my iPad will accept. So this will charge your phone or your iPad just as fast as like using a MacBook charger. Same with your phone. This is the fastest way to charge a phone, or this is equal to the fastest way to charge a phone. Also, this battery will indeed charge your MacBook. The bigger MacBook Pro battery is also 100 watt hours, so there's an entire MacBook charge inside this thing. It's got this interface on the front so you can see what it's doing, and you can basically calculate on the fly how long anything will run off of it. So like if I turn on this little baby ZV-E10 camera rig, you can see that it's on the USB-C plug, it's going 5 volts, and it's pulling a little more than 0.5 amps. Multiply those together, and this camera is only using about 2.5 watts. So since this is a 100 watt hour battery, on a full charge, it can help this camera run for 37 hours. But let's just say my Ninja 5 screen battery starts to die during the shoot. I can pull a second line off the same battery, and so you can see now the USB-A is charging at 1.2 amps. 5 volts. So it's using something like 6 watts. Now together we're pulling 8 watts off this battery, which means that this whole rig can be powered for 12 additional hours. But of course, in that time, this battery is charging up both the camera battery and the screen battery. So in reality, we'll get another few hours at the end of that because these batteries will be full. So if you're shooting something like an interview and you're not able to get house power out to wherever your camera is sitting, this battery gives you so much extra headroom that you can just leave everything powered on and just set up your whole shoot and treat the camera like it's on house power, like it's plugged into the wall. The battery is going to outlast you. Something more demanding like my iPad, when you plug that into the same USB-C jack, I have this little USB-C voltage meter thing, and you can see now it's pulling more than 20 watts. Also, there's a battery manager on board, so if you start mixing and matching, it handles that just fine. So we're gonna plug in the camera, that's gonna be pulling with 5 volts, but then this light, this video light, requires 12 volts to run. We can run it directly off the 12 volt barrel plug on the top. So this light requires 12 volts, this camera requires 5 volts, this thing is able to handle them both at the same time. So I can use this battery to power my camera, my Ninja 5 recorder, a video light, it can charge my phone and my iPad, and it can do all of this for hours. I have a lot of backup batteries in my life, and this thing by far is my favorite and my first go-to. That's it. That's the end.